Jigsaw said Sneako claims he mustn't be praised around New York City calling for Islamic Caliphate. Sneako's a very dangerous person. Has the FBI not arrested Sneako? This person talks to Donald Trump. She brags about calling Trump, and she's saying, I'm a dangerous person, tagging the FBI. He's going to explode one day. What do you think the people that got stabbed, 5 Muslims stabbed in Scotland, are now thinking when Jigsaw is saying that I'm gonna explode? Whoa, Sneako victim much? You don't know what you have never said anything to resist the tyranny. You've never put your face out there. You have never stood up against injustice. You have no idea what it's like. You don't. What do you know about standing up for the truth? Don't come and talk to me about any of this. Victim maxing, oh no, this. You have never, ever questioned authority and had them think that you're a threat. Do you know?
Nah, see, I can understand where Sneako coming from. It's like, because like I see both sides. The way Sneako went about it was completely wrong. Like the way he, like at the rally, doing the neck slicing and shit, and the way he making the faces, bro, that was completely wrong. And pretty much saying like, oh yeah, this war type shit. But I also get where he's coming from too, where he's saying like, y'all never been on the opposite end where you have powerful people, like really powerful people, rich people, they talk about deporting me, and I'm American. They talk about cancel me and do all this stuff to me, and they heavily influence. They can pay people to kill me. It's a lot they can do to me. That's what Sneako's trying to say. So I get both sides.
You know how happy he is? Do you guys understand just how happy Bibi, Ben-Gvir, and all the Zios Jigsaw are that white supremacists are now spreading propaganda against Muslims? Do you get it? Do you know how this is directly serving their agenda, their propaganda, their mission? They are rubbing their hands together with glee, seeing all these retarded skin worshippers repeat exactly what Mark Levin and Jigsaw say. They love it. Well done. Good job.
I will never understand white supremacy. Why do they love worshiping their skin so much?
Because they have no other attributes that are admirable. And if you hate yourself, if you're deeply insecure, you naturally will worship something that is arbitrary and of this world. Also, they're filled with ego, and they're power hungry, and they're misguided. It's satanic. Being a white supremacist, being any racial supremacist is satanic. It's exactly what Shaitan wanted, the worship of self over God. And you're right, Mando said in the chat, I'll say this much, I'd rather side with those who call Jesus a prophet rather than the Jews who say Jesus is boiling in S. You're right. Shout out to this Christian Mando. You get it. You get it. You understand it. Look at what Netanyahu is saying right now. Turkey has the Muslim Brotherhood. Oh, we have Judeo-Christian values. This is the propaganda and the lies they keep using over and over again. And people who should be aware of it are falling for the slop. Or they're getting paid. The Muslim Brotherhood. What do Jews and Christians have in common? Oh yeah, the Jews reject Jesus. They think he's boiling in feces and excrement. Muslims believe he's the Messiah. The greatest lie that Americans still don't know. The truth of the belief of Jesus. Gotta get this out there, bro. Let's go see new Netanyahu interview. Regulated? He was just on CNN, speaking to Americans.
President Trump is in Turkey right now. He said this morning he will consider selling F-35 fighter jets to Turkey, which is a reversal of a ban he put in place. You said yesterday that would, quote, upset the power balance in the Middle East. Have you made that clear to President Trump?
Yes, I have. Actually, spoke to him several times about it. And I think that everybody understands that notwithstanding the personal friendship that President Trump has with Erdogan, it doesn't make Turkey a friendly or a friendly state to the United States. To the contrary, it's a regime that's infected with the Muslim Brotherhood, which hates the United States. He harbors Hamas.
Yeah, but like, they only hate the United States because of Israel. They don't hate the United States because they just hate the United States. That's not why they hate the United States. They hate the United States because we're supplying Israel. We're giving them money. We're funding the war. That's why they went down with us. We always sticking our nose into the Middle East. So like, and that's why the Middle East people don't like us. It had nothing to do with them just not liking us. They don't be sending bombs over here. I mean, yeah, the terrorist attacks, but like 9/11, bro, is a false flag attack. That's a false flag attack. A false flag attack is when when a country like 9/11, people say Afghanistan. I think with Afghanistan, I did it. They said like the regime, like the terrorists in Afghanistan did it. So it gave us a right to invade Afghanistan. But in reality, we just wanted the oil. So we did a false flag attack. Israel attacked their own people. America attacked their own people, and blamed it on Israel and Israel. Blamed it on Afghanistan so we can enter. Against Iran. I think it's Iran. Iraq. My bad. And blamed it on Iraq so we can enter the Iraqi war. If I'm saying the wrong thing, please in the comments let me know. I think it's either the Afghanistan war or Iraq war that came after 9/11. One of them came after, whichever one it was for oil.
Hamas, the Hamas terrorists. He supports them.
Okay, so now he wants to go to war with Turkey because of the Muslim Brotherhood. You understand it now? When you are spreading hatred on Muslims, thank you, Mando said, F Netanyahu. Anybody who's spreading hatred towards Muslims, you are literally playing into their hand. You're spreading Hezbollah propaganda. Nice job. The Muslim Brotherhood of Turkey. First off, what other foreign leader is speaking to American citizens at CNN? Name one. What other foreign leader is speaking to Americans on American media?
None.
Tell me. Oh, yeah. Doesn't happen.
He finances them. He's thrown his opponents in jail, all of them. He throws more journalists in jail than anyone can understand. So he's not exactly a model ally of the United States. But even worse than that, he threatens Greece, a NATO ally. He occupies
I will
half
never
of,
understand white supremacy. Why do they love worshiping their skin so much?
Because they have no other attributes that are admirable. And if you hate yourself, if you're...
Yeah, like, I'm not even Muslim. I'm Christian. I'm Baptist Christian, and I never understood white supremacy. I never understood it because it was never to a point where anytime nobody in the world attacked white people. White people started everything. Like, y'all started it. It wasn't like there wasn't like, yeah, everybody has slaves, yeah, no war there here, but it wasn't like no global shit until the Vikings, barbarians, and the British Empire start going crazy. Like, that's then y'all start doing heavy racism from enslaving Africans to Asians to Indians. Like, y'all just start doing crazy shit. Then y'all start like colonizing, killing Native Americans, people who saved y'all. Then like it went from, okay, you're conquering, okay, cool, you're conquering, fine, conquered. You conquered. You did what you did, you won the war, you conquered. Okay, cool. It went from that, then y'all went to like, yeah, since you're born this way, we hate you. Where did this come from? Like, where did that come from? Like, that's a left field. So I mean, I never understood. So a lot of white people have to understand why a lot of minority races and cultures are upset with them, because even though years ago generational damage happens, like it happens. Same way with wealth. Somebody great grandpa could have been a millionaire, and their wealth lasted generations. That can same thing with damage. You can hurt something years ago, but it lasts for generations. Y'all gotta just pay attention, bro. Read them. I think that's not the Willie Lynch letter.
Deeply insecure, you naturally will worship something that is arbitrary and of this world. Also, they're filled with ego, and they're power hungry, and they're misguided. It's satanic. Being a white supremacist, being any racial supremacist is satanic. It's exactly what Shaitan wanted. The worship of self over God.
Cyprus, another NATO country.
Cain and Abel. That's Cain. Cain got cast out by God. Not cast out, but got like marked by God because he was just on a rampage and he thought he can be God. He was trying to replace God, like himself. I'm like, bro, like what? And God was like, okay, I'm the only one that can kill you. Nobody else can touch you. Nobody else will kill you other than me. You know how scary that is? For God to call you face to face and be like, you know what? I'm the only one that can kill you. Nobody else can kill you but me. That's great. You don't know how he's gonna do it. You or when. You can't even stop it. You're just waiting. You're waiting. You can't even put up a fight. Like, there's literally zero chance. So, and I think what I hear and what I believe is that Cain went pale. He got so scared he turned pale. He went to hiding. He went into the mountains, the icy mountains and shit, hiding. He turned pale. And then he still found a wife, had kids and stuff, and that's where Vikings and barbarians are coming from, and that's when the white people, Jewish, start colonizing, the fake Jewish, quote unquote. And that's when they started their reign, because you read the Bible, Jesus is olive, he's olive, brown skin, wool like hair. Only African Americans have that. African Americans, only African have wool hair, and olive. And the majority of Jewish is straight pale skin, blue eyes, thin hair. Thin, like, hair. Like, what do you... Like, you're not even close to big noses. You're not even close to it. You're not even close to the description of Jesus. That's why they don't like Jesus. Then they killed him. But he's the one that came down and saved Jewish. But they're the chosen ones. Make it make sense. Make it make sense.
And the most important thing, and I put it right on the table, he threatens to destroy my country, the one and only Jewish state. His number two says that we have no place among the nations, and you know what that means. And his number three, the interior minister, says that he's looking forward to be the governor of Jerusalem. Hello?
But,
you know,
but
we're a
Prime
sovereign
Minister,
country.
Yeah, but Prime Minister, the president said this morning
and we intend to stay independent.
Interrupt him.
The president said this morning that they are great friends, and not just the two of them, the countries of the United States and Turkey, and that Turkey...
I've been loving Unkibble because Sadie is such a picky eater. She's like strictly carnivore, and she loves this stuff. Unkibble.
W Erdogan! W Turkey! I'm gonna eat a donor! He's making it clear what's next.
He is perhaps a better ally than other so-called allies. So he is considering giving the country these planes, F-35s.
Well, as I said, it would destroy the power balance in the Middle East because Turkey, I think, has...
Okay, so who gives a fuck? Like, this is what I'm understanding. Like, she explained it. She said, yeah, Turkey and America both saying they want to be friends. She's like, Turkey and America saying they cool with each other. Like, we cool. We green over here. Like, I'll give you my planes. You give me money. Like, we good. We straight. We don't use them planes no more, really. We straight. The only... Again, he's again, and with that, it's peace, because they're not going to go to war with each other. It's peace. They don't want war with each other. Because there's no point right now. There's no point of having a war with each other. There's literally no point. But the reason why he don't want it, Nanhu, how you pronounce his fucking name, he don't want it because he said it already. He said he's going to disrupt the power balance in the Middle East. All he cares about is Israel. He don't care about the peace of America. He want to use us, though. He want to use our money, say we need to die for them and all that shit, but don't care about how we feel. And it's crazy. And it's like, bro, you only care about the power balance in the Middle East. Get your power up. Do your power up. Stop trying to go to war all the damn time. Why you keep trying to fight? Make alliances. Make a treaty. Have better relationships. Why are you trying to fight? Bro.
Aggressive aspirations. I mean, they openly say that. They want to restore the Ottoman Empire. The Ottoman Empire not only included Turkey, it included many other countries. It included Syria, it included pieces of Jordan, it included all of present-day Israel, included some Gulf countries. So this is not a force for peace and stability. And if you give this kind of radical regime that admittedly...
The Ottoman Empire. And you're right, Mando said in the chat, I'll say this much, I'd rather side with those who call Jesus a prophet rather than the Jews who say Jesus is boiling in S. You're right. Shout out to this Christian Mando. You get it. You get it. You understand it. Look at what Netanyahu's saying right now. Turkey has the Muslim Brotherhood. Oh, we have Judeo-Christian values. This is the propaganda and the lies they keep using over and over again. And people who should be aware of it are falling for the slop. Or they're getting paid. The Muslim Brotherhood. What do Jews and Christians have in common? Oh yeah, the Jews reject Jesus. They think he's boiling in feces and excrement. Muslims believe he's the Messiah. This is the greatest lie that Americans still don't know. The truth of the belief of Jesus.
I feel like you
gotta get this out there, bro.
Reading that with a prompt.
Smiles to America when it is necessary, or smiles to the President of the United States when it's necessary. When you're given that power, you're going to see aggression in its wake. I wouldn't do that.
Prime Minister Netanyahu, the conversation that the president is having with Turkey today is just the latest in moves that he has made that are not making.
I really don't think you guys fully understand it. Do you know how happy he is? Do you guys understand just how happy Bibi, Ben Gvir, and all the Zion's Jigsaw are that white supremacists are now spreading propaganda against Muslims? Do you get it? Do you know how this is directly serving their agenda, their propaganda, their mission? They are rubbing their hands together with glee, seeing all these retarded skin worshippers repeat exactly what Mark Levin and Jigsaw say. They love it. Well done. Good job. If you actually care about your country, this would be the main concern.
You happy? He obviously imposed ceasefires in Gaza, in Lebanon, on Iran. He made you turn fighters back from attacking Iran last summer. He's told you what you can and can't do in Hezbollah. Who is calling the shots for Israel?
I think there's a wide misperception of everything you said, because a lot of these things, some of them were not true, and some of them were agreed in advance. And some of it, yes, we had occasional disagreements. Look, he is the president of the United States. He does what is good for the United States. I'm the prime minister of Israel. I do what is important for what is good for Israel. And most of the time, these things are identical. I have to commend the president. He brought a huge American force to counter our common enemy, which is Iran, that chants death to Israel, death to America. Had they developed nuclear weapons, if we hadn't acted, they would have them already. They would eventually use them against America, not only against Israel. So on the big things, we see eye to eye, and occasionally we don't, but we're true allies.
I don't think Trump really have a call. I don't think Trump really have a say so, bro. I like, back then, he asked me about 2 to 3 years ago, I probably said Trump have to say so to make Israel do what he wants. But recently, bro, I just don't think Trump has
Call us, the National Security Council issued a memorandum a few months ago. They called Israel the model ally. And I can tell you that even allies can have their differences.
The model ally dragging us back into war.
But I think America has no greater ally in the
Mando said F the Schofield Bible. Facts! Facts. You get it, bro.
world in Israel. And Israel has no greater ally than the United States. And I say that
Not for long. The split's going to happen soon, inshallah.
with complete recognition of the fact that we sometimes see
It's getting closer.
things a bit differently. It's natural. You're a big country. You're far away.
like it's gonna happen. Like there's no if ands buts about it. There's no like. I don't think there any I think any no and buts about it. I don't think there any situation of where it's not going to split. The younger generation, like Gen Z, don't fuck with Israel. So like, I once like even the young adults don't really fuck with Israel. Like 30-year-olds and like 40-year-olds, like they don't really fuck with Israel either. So when they start taking office, start taking higher rank power positions in high ranking positions, bro, they're gonna split. We're gonna split. So it's coming.
Speaking of Israel, apparently the Israeli government, which the skin worshippers are saying Messi is white excellence. According to Israel, they're saying, did you know Messi grew up in Israel? No. Did not know that. Just as you read it, the house where Messi spent his childhood was in Rosario on Estado de Israel Street. And well, we also want to be part of this madness. Let's go Argentina. Israel, heart, Argentina. There's your white excellence. Wow. Estado de Israel Street.
Small country, beleaguered, and close to these regimes that want to destroy us.
I want to talk specifically about Iran for a moment, sir. President Trump said the memorandum of understanding with Iran is probably an unconditional surrender. But the specific question is, under this MOU, the United States terminates all types of sanctions against Iran. Is this a failure for your country, for Israel?
Look, I think it's too early to say what will happen. The president believes that he can stop Iran.
This is why Sunni countries are playing smarter than Iran, separate America than Israel.
Box me up, bro. All right, we're packing an order for Jared. What 4 cents did he get?
Man.
Separate America than Israel. But at the same time, there's a valid argument to make that the Sunni countries should have waged war on Israel for genociding the Gazans. Valid argument. How could you just let that happen to our brothers, children, women, and do nothing and not wage war?
Program, which is a nuclear program to create atomic bombs.
You're right, Mando said Trump's a puppet. You're right.
He believes that he can do this through negotiations.
Do you?
And various pressures. Look, I have my doubts, but I think he should be given the chance, and he's, trying to achieve that. It remains to be seen. But I have said, and by the way, I think President Trump has said too, that deal or no deal, I certainly will not let Iran have nuclear weapons. And
Deal or no deal, he's not going to listen to his greatest ally.
that is also the president's position.
In 2015, I was there, I remember.
Pretty much he just said, like, regardless of if they get a peace deal or not, a treaty or not, if they get weapons, I'm attacking them regardless. And that's why we need to stop supplying Israel, because he's saying that shit like he the one that make the weapons. Like he's his country the one funding his own military. But he's saying shit, we gonna attack anyways. Bro, we gotta separate. We gotta separate.
That you came to the U.S. and spoke to Congress over the objection of President Obama because of your opposition to that Iran deal, the JCPOA. You specifically mentioned the deal's sanction relief in that speech. What's different about now?
I think Iran, our combined action, the U.S. and Israeli action today destroyed, I think the lowest estimates are $400 billion of the regime's infrastructure, and some say as much as $750 billion or even $1 trillion. So I think what is being discussed now are very small numbers. Admittedly, any number is a high number as far as countries like Israel and
Except when it's 6 million, that's when
others see it. But it's not going to allow Iran to reestablish itself. The question remains, at the end of the negotiations, if there's a deal struck, then you have to see, does the deal actually meet the main goals? The most important one being ending Iran's nuclear program, taking out the enriched material, dismantling the enrichment sites.
You know what they're realizing? That they can't fight this war by themselves. Yeah, they do pretty well against a war on women and children. Hamas soldiers armed with literal sticks and stones. Guys running in chanclas, putting on sandals to go put a bomb in a tank. Yeah, the IDF's real tough there. On people with sticks and stones and flip-flops. When it comes to Iran, Israel begging on their knees for U.S. support. Bibi begging, please, please, I can't regulate them on my own. Please, America, fight this war, please. Look at him nervous now that the U.S. is not going to back him in a war against Turkey. Because they're cowards. The IDF are filled with cowards. They run and hide into the tunnels. They're not real men. If this was a fair war...
Bro, they're not. Because our troops are dying. We're the ones fighting the wars. Like, yeah, they got IDF soldiers there a little bit, but like, it's our troops getting hit. Our troops are we're taking the shots down. We're losing money. It's not them losing money, it's us. It's weird.
Oh, bro, it would be a smoke show. IDF are all cowards. Yeah, you can kill children. Well, brave, real brave. But against Turkey, they're going to be smoked without the U.S. Against Iran, they'd be smoked without the U.S.
For sure.
And there are other things that have to do with proxy warfare and ballistic missiles. If it achieves that, then yes, Iran will get sanctions relief, and that would help the regime resuscitate itself. But I don't see that happening yet, and I hope that the president will do exactly as he promised to do, to make sure that Iran does not have a nuclear weapons program.
The issue of supporting Israel as a Jewish state and just U.S. support for Israel overall, they have become a central issue in American politics, really a litmus test right now in Democratic primaries here in the U.S. I want you to listen to how the mayor of New York City responded.
W. Mamdani and Manu saying, have you ever talked about how the Israelis are taking over Thailand? Yeah, they're trying to take over islands in Greece. They're trying to take over islands in Albania and Thailand. Everywhere, bro. They do the same things. They're everywhere they go. This is why Malaysia banned them. I talked to PMX, the Prime Minister of Malaysia. That's why they had to ban Israelis from coming in, because everywhere they go, they destroy it.
He was asked if he supports Israel as a Jewish state.
I've said time and again that I support the state of Israel as a state with equal rights. I believe that any state that preferences...
As a Jewish state is the question.
I think any state that privileges one religion over the other is one that I can't tell you I support, whether it be Israel or Saudi Arabia or anywhere else. And a lot of that comes back to a fundamental belief.
All the refs, all Argentina. Well, want Messi win easy path.
Of course, bro. All Argentinian refs. Everything, bro. They just destroy everything. By the way, am I not completely vindicated on Mamdani for a second? Can we just get a W Mamdani in the chat? I got a lot of pushback from you guys because you were not able to see past the culture war slop. Completely vindicated.
That we should all be considered equal no matter what our faith is.
Your response?
Well, he conveniently forgets that the only democracy in the Middle East is Israel. 20% of our citizens are, in fact, Muslims. They're not Arabs, but they sit on the Supreme Court.
They keep an 80% majority specifically so that it remains the Jewish state. Yeah, a democracy. Why? Because you have gay pride parades? Ask those 20% Muslims if they can say free Palestine. What's going to happen to them? Ask the people that want to go pray in Al-Aqsa Mosque while they get beaten up by IDF soldiers with clubs if it's a democracy. Ask the Christians that get spit on in Jerusalem if it's a democracy.
They're in the Knesset, our parliament. They share every walk of life. That's the only place in the Middle East where you actually have this equality that he's talking about. But he has supported, or his supporters have supported Hamas, these people who murder people, who beheaded our men, who raped our women, and then murdered.
Beheaded? This is a complete lie that has been debunked so many times. There's no evidence of this. Where are the 40 beheaded babies? He's still repeating October 7th lies, still. And I think everybody in this chat can agree. I'll take Hamas over the IDF soldiers any day. I don't know if you guys are afraid to say it. Yeah, they've committed things that they've done things that are wrong, absolutely. But the IDF is compromised of terrorists that the UN are now saying kill babies, snipe them in the head while they're breastfeeding. I'll take a Hamas soldier over an IDF soldier any day.
Them, burnt babies alive and so on. He said the river to...
Burnt babies. Where? Regulated? Where are those beheaded burnt babies? Show us some evidence. Remember Ben Shapiro said this 3 years ago? They still have not shown one burnt baby that they love to talk about.
The sea, he supports them. This is not mere cynicism. I mean, it's ridiculous. It's absurd. There are always imperfect democracies. Israel is an imperfect democracy. The United States is an imperfect democracy. Why? Because we live in the real world. But it's 100 times better than these dictatorships and these horrible tyrannies that Mamdani and his supporters support. So yeah, I stand completely with the Jewish state, the democratic Jewish state that...
Was that a sneak diss at me? Also, imperfect democracy, yeah, because people get their student visas revoked for saying free Palestine.
Horrible tyrannies that Mamdani and his supporters
You said USA broke the peace deal after Iran just finished attacking commercial ships?
Part of the peace deal was that they would remove, if I'm not mistaken, remove the ships from the Strait of Hormuz, and that they'd be able to control the strait. What do you think happened? I mean, what do you think happened? What do you think happened?
So yeah,
Let me ask you beyond
with the
Mamdani.
Jewish state, the democratic Jewish state that fights for its life, but we also protect so many others by fighting these barbarians who have no qualms whatsoever to murdering their own people and trying to terrorize everyone else.
Some American Jews in Congress who support Israel and support what you just said say that a lot of the actions by you and your government are making Jews
Who else
in
watches
the United
Sneako,
States.
Nick, Dan, and the Young Turks? Call me a grifter, but I say based.
Okay, yeah, I understand taking in different sources. That's good. I think that you should listen to people with opposing points of view. But when it becomes clear where people are allied, I think you need to understand that maybe that shouldn't be infecting your mind with propaganda. If they are openly echoing exactly what Mark Levin, Jigsaw are saying, and are doing the bidding of Bibi Netanyahu, is that somebody you want to listen to? If they're afraid to talk about the real truth of Charlie Kirk and the cover-up assassination, if they're afraid to talk about how Epstein is a pedophile, should you be listening to these people? Shout out to the Young Turks.
It's unsafe. Congresswoman Haley Stevens, she's running for Senate in Michigan, said Benjamin Netanyahu has made us less safe. He has frankly put Jews in an uncomfortable position across the country.
In reality, before he starts saying his bullshit, she's right. Because no matter, because he's not in America, he's in Israel. So he's not, even if he was in America, he wouldn't be down here with American people. He would be in high-ranking, protected areas. He'd be in the top-notch area that doesn't get affected. But the Jewish communities, like in New York, L.A., Chicago, them big cities, Houston, and all that shit, they're eventually going, especially red states, and well, no, literally anywhere in the United States, they're going to get targeted, especially in New York, because the first one is in New York. They're getting targeted. They're going to get targeted. Their communities are going to get attacked, and because of Israel and what Israel is doing, even though the American Jews might have nothing to do with it, but they won't get attacked because of Israel. And so it is becoming dangerous for them. It's becoming extremely dangerous for them. And it would, because it get, you know, it's scary when the only thing that unites the left side and the right side together is Israel, and not in a good way. They unite them together in "we hate you" way. That's crazy. It's a scary thing.
Have you?
Well, it's made her uncomfortable because she can't stand up for the truth. She's trying to probably excuse anti-Semitism. You know,
she's not. I just want to explain. She's somebody who supports Israel. She supports funding Israel, which is diminishing big time among Democrats and even some Republicans in the United States Congress.
She's anti-Semitic. Think
Jew
about
in
this.
Congress.
Can you imagine how this goblin Yahoo sees when he sees clips?
Yo, what the? It's so dark.
This is the Mantis Sound sleep mask that is completely blackout.
I think he did see it. I don't know about you, type of one, if you agree, but when he said Mom Donnie and his supporters, I think he saw that clip. I mean, it was on Fox News and it was covered by all of his allies and his little minions. He saw it. Mom Donnie and his supporters are trying to take over. But even then, the majority of the Jews, Gen Z Jews in New York, they're anti-Israel, bro. You gotta give them credit.
Oh, shut up, yo. I switch it over.
Well, let me tell you, we track the support, and I'm obviously concerned when people raise that. And I've looked at the Gallup polls, okay, and they're very interesting, and other polls. And you see the decline in support for Israel, okay? And it's several years before the Gaza war took place, okay? And you ask, why did that happen? Well, the one correlation you see, which is almost a perfect correlation, is the penetration of TikTok and other social media in the United States.
Wait a second. I thought Israel was the democracy in the Middle East, BB. I thought U.S. was an imperfect but good democracy. Now TikTok needs to be regulated? Regulate TikTok? What's going on? What happened to free speech, democracy, Western values? Now you're against it? I thought you weren't a dictator.
And as the penetration increases, the support for Israel decreases. And let me tell you something else.
Yeah, you're getting penetrated by the truth. Penetrated. Yeah. Non-consensual penetration of the truth. No consent. Israel is... Ooh, keep on pushing, y'all.
And as the penetration increases...
It ain't gonna stop. It ain't gonna stop. Yep. Because I believe in democracy. Penetrated? Why are you not penetrating? This is BB looking at TikTok. Penetrated? Why are you penetrating me? I don't want it. I don't consent. Stop penetrating me. TikTok, take it out.
I hope Sneako do know and do realize that even if the whole United States was to be like, yeah, we don't want to work with Israel no more. Let's cut them all off. If we cut them all off, nigga, Muslim is still not going to be the most dominant religion in the United States. It's not going to happen. It's America first. It's just not going to happen. So, and what's going to happen is we're going to, yeah, Israel be knocked out. Yeah, y'all can do what y'all want to do to Israel. Cool. Who cares? But in America, bro, nigga, that shit's still not going to happen. We're not the UK. We're not Europe. So that coming over here doing that stabbing shit, raping women and shit, and kidnapping and all that shit not gonna fly here. It's not gonna fly here. It will get worse. Yeah, so that shit not gonna fly.
Take it out of my rear. Disgusting. Why are you penetrating me with the truth? Free Palestine. No. From the river to the sea, you're penetrating from my left cheek to my right cheek. Stop penetrating. I want a Burger King.
The support for Israel decreases, and let me tell you, and as the penetration increases, the support for Israel decreases, and let me tell you something else. The support for America decreases. The number of people who say they're not proud to be Americans is just correlation. So I think that what has happened here.
A lot of people, the support of America is decreasing because we're supporting Israel. That's why people are saying they're mad to be American, because we're supporting Israel and we won't get out of this war. That's why. That's the only reason why.
Is that there are several countries.
Listen to Bibi. Don't take it from me. You see how they make nationalism and patriotism synonymous with Israel support? No, they're not proud to be an American. Just because people are criticizing the fact that we spend most of our tax dollars on bombing kids does not mean, oh, they hate America. It means that we want change. We want what's good. We want to put America first. We want the citizens to be prioritized, not wars and bombs for the Jewish supremacists in Israel. Don't let them brainwash you and prevent you from criticizing a country that you love because, oh, they hate America. No, we hate you. We hate Bibi. We hate this.
And organizations that have penetrated the social media, have abused them by putting in bot farms and other things to, especially direct.
Every accusation is a confession. Bot farms, he said, what, 7 months ago that he was going to give $7K to influencers to promote Israel? What are you talking about infiltrating with bot farms? That's you. He went on the Nelk Boys podcast and they gave him the most softball interview of all time. Talking about Burger King. Burger King? That's what he does. When have you seen an IRGC member go on an American podcast? Tell me. When have you seen a Hamas leader anywhere in American media?
Never.
Where? Where have you seen IRGC or Hamas publicly say they're going to give $7K to influencers to promote their propaganda?
Never will see your Islam criticize their leaders. They teach it's not permissible.
Whoa, this guy think he did a gotcha. I say every stream, and just because some Mexican or some skin worshiper or some idiot gave you this does not make it true. Why do you think I say that we need to ally with the Shias and that are our Muslim brothers? Because Iran is the only country bombing Israel right now. The only one fighting back. The rest of them stayed silent, stayed quiet. I say this every stream, and your retarded stupid ass came in here to give $20 thinking you got a gotcha.
How weak as fuck.
Don't you know that the Wahhabis don't like me? Don't you know that the people that never want to criticize the rulers try to get me banned from Saudi Arabia? You don't know that because you don't know anything. Because you're stupid and you follow subversive plants.
At young Americans to not only to hate Israel, but also to hate America. And you know what? Those who say they hate Israel usually end up hating America.
Mr. Prime Minister, I think
told you. They try to make patriotism and nationalism synonymous with Judaism.
Things can be true. Well. All things can be true. What you're saying about bots and about the internet, no question. But are you saying that Israel and you personally bear no responsibility? Let's just talk about Gaza for 1 minute. Currently, Hamas is continuing to refuse to disarm.
So go ally with Shias, see who turns their back on you. You're welcome. I follow you.
I know ultimately that my brothers that I follow the same line of logic from, probably not going to be people that are committing, and worshiping graves and stuff, and not all Shias do that. I know. But right now, the Shias are the ones fighting Israel. Right now. So what are you going to do? Beef with them? Create more conflict? It's either you're with the resistance or you're with the oppressor. There's only two sides in this conflict, not three. Unless you want to sit idle and do nothing, be my guest. And that's not me. I'm a fighter.
Imagine being able to build anything just by thinking about it. Meet Base 44.
So carrying out nearly daily airstrikes in Gaza. You've taken over more territory there. And the Palestinian people are continuing to suffer, still displaced, dealing with intense heat, limited care, limited resources. Will you do more to help those suffering in Gaza? And will you concede that the images that people are seeing on their phones as part...
The tide is turning in America. she would not be asking these questions several years ago.
Of social media is very much contributing to the turnaround and the diminishment of support of your state of Israel and of you.
Yeah, look, I think that what you're raising is, how do you fight a war in the digital age when,
He's asking about the babies in Gaza. He's talking about TikTok.
when you have terrorists that embed themselves in civilian populations, in schools, in civilian neighborhoods, in apartment blocks, in mosques, and so on. How do you fight them? They send rockets.
Bro, so, nigga, she's asking you, how do you help the people who are innocent, who's not going, who's are just normal people, but they're affected by the war, they're in blistering heat, no food, no water, no support. You turn around and talk about, damn, how do we attack civilians when they're hiding terrorists within the civilians? You're trying to, what? What? That makes no sense to me. You're dodging the question, trying to give a good reason why it's okay why it's okay for them to be suffering because you didn't know. Oh well, how do we tell the difference? Like, no, like, what do you like, bro? What? This is why Israel don't have American support.
To indiscriminately kill our people, and they hide behind. They're targeting our civilians.
They're hiding under the tunnels. They're hiding under a hospital. They're hiding under the baby's crib.
Hiding behind their own civilians. So what are you going to do? What do you think would happen if this happened to New York?
You realize how dumb that would be? I mean, just listen to Bibi. He's saying that Hamas, the Muslim Brotherhood. But at the same time, he's saying that they're so cowardly that they need to hide behind civilians. If they hate Israel so much and they want to destroy Jews the way he's insinuating, then why would these terrorists that need to be eradicated be so cowardly they hide behind kids? Why would they actively allow for the genocide of their own people? It doesn't make sense. These are evil terrorists that he needs American support to eradicate. But at the same time, they're cowards hiding behind babies. How does this make sense?
City, say from New Jersey. You think if they rocketed you with, with this firepower and murdered about 10,000 of your people, murdered, raped, maimed, disemboweled, 10,000 Americans. What do you think the response of the United States would be?
Let me ask you about right now.
It would be a lot stronger than ours.
Yeah.
But, I'm going to say right now, but I think it's important.
It's collapsing.
I think it's important. We have taken...
You could see she doesn't trust Bibi at all.
She don't trust him at all.
That separation, I think, is getting close to happening. And,
she's just like, okay, then she keep going. He's dodging the questions. Like, he's literally dodging everything she's asking, he's dodging.
What's preventing it from happening is these subversive little skin worshippers and these plants and clearly people getting paid. Controlled opposition is preventing the inevitable awakening of America. These people need to be, you need to remove them from your subconscious. You can't listen to them anymore. When people are waking up, when the vast majority of Americans are starting to realize what's going on, and you hear people say things like low IQ anti-Semitism, conspiracy theorists, Jew hater, when they say subversive things to prevent the conversation from spreading, you can't listen to them anymore. Americans need to wake up.
Unbelievable measures in order to avoid civilian casualties. We send millions of phone calls to the people, millions of text messages and so on. Please leave this neighborhood because we're going to try to eradicate Hamas.
And
Hamas, please leave this neighborhood during a ceasefire. Leave your house so we can bomb it. Leave your house so we can bomb it.
You're crazy.
No, I'm talking about, I'll ceasefire I'll talk about in a minute. Well, obviously there's no real fighting going on. There are occasional...
Boy lives matter. Facts. Thanks, Mokan. I appreciate it. Mokan, type in the chat. I know you're DMing me and saying that I was, you had some criticisms of what I'm doing. Do you still believe that? Thanks a lot, Mokan. Did you see that Netanyahu forgot that there's a ceasefire?
Actions that they try to do against us and we do against them, but it's not the kind of broad warfare that we had before. Everybody understands that. But I still come back to this point, Dana, and I insist on it because people say, Israel, how dare you? How come civilians are killed? Because Hamas did not let the civilians leave.
Which he funded. He gave them $35 million, confirmed.
And when they try to leave at our behest, they would shoot them. They would actually kill their own people in order to keep them in a place where they would be injured by us. So when you have this cynicism and this horror You don't support the terrorists.
You know, I get like, if he would have said this a couple years ago, I'll probably believe him. I've been like, you never know, you know, America kills its own people for wars, and they do. I mean, every country does it. China does it. Everybody does it. But now I'm thinking about it. I'm like, I don't really see this. Because it's like, bro, y'all are fucking them up. Like, so, like, they don't need a reason to attack y'all. They have a reason. They have multiple reasons. Then they trying to sign a peace deal. They keep trying to sign peace deals. They keep trying to do it, and y'all keep attacking them. It's like now they're breaking the deal or agreement. I can see them doing it now. They don't trust y'all no more. But before that, y'all was just bombing them.
Support Israel because you will end up being in the same place exactly. We're not fighting just our battle.
Call out
We're
Tucker
fighting.
when he eventually endorses Vance. He will LOL.
Yeah, I don't agree with J.D. Vance at all. J.D. Vance is backed by Peter Thiel. Of course I'm going to call that out. Of course I disagree with that. I said that earlier today to the guy who was criticizing me for wearing a MAGA hat. I said, yeah, Trump said no new wars, so if he betrayed his own word, I'm going to remove my allegiance and my whatever sort of support I'm giving. It became clear that Trump was going to win, and so I thought it was effective to put on the MAGA hat and debate Jews like Rabbi Shmuley about how...
I mean, Trump did say no new wars, but technically we never really entered a new war. We was always in war with Iran. And also it was never really... Yeah, technically, yeah, we was always in war with Iran. It was never really a declare of war. It wasn't declaration of war. It's just people attacking each other. Yeah, technically we didn't enter a new war. Technically, it's not wrong.
Putting America first means separating from AIPAC. That went everywhere. There's another photo that went around, and he even brought it up, where I'm wearing the American flag, and a Jew with the yarmulke on is yelling at me, calling me an anti-Semite. This woke up a lot of people. So absolutely, I like Tucker Carlson. He's saying great things. But if he shows undying allegiance to J.D. Vance, best believe I'm going to criticize that. J.D. Vance is not the solution.
Your battle, both against Iran and its proxies, Hezbollah, Hamas, the Houthis, these people are bent on destroying our free societies.
Will the ceasefire take hold and be successful?
Using the media for that end. Well, look, it depends. Every time
he laughs at peace. Ceasefire. The Goyim think I'm going to stop bombing? Absolutely not.
They try to kill our people, make a move on our people. Obviously, we act. But I think that the most important thing is the disarmament factor in the agreement, the 20-point agreement that President Trump put forward. And the most important one is that Hamas has to disarm and Gaza has to be demilitarized. You know, it's going to happen one way or the other. I prefer that it would happen without the need for the use of force and the need for our use of force because Donna, I've been to war. You know, I served 5 years in a special unit. My brother died while saving hostages in Entebbe. I had an 18-year-old fellow soldier die in my arms. That's not something that you forget. And I saw the grief of my parents.
Oh, no. Oh.
And the grief of so many others. So I would prefer.
Look, you guys are saying W.
If we could avoid the renewal of open combat, yes, I would prefer that. If we could achieve our aims of eliminating the Hamas threat from Gaza.
So one thing I disagree with Christians about is they'll say, love your enemies. I mean, I love the world and I want the best for the world, but people like Bibi are clearly not going to accept the truth. And I would love it if he became Muslim and he rejected all of his false ideologies, but he won't. And so I want him to burn in hellfire. I hope that this guy is criminalized. I don't want him to, like Ben Gvir and these others. Imagine saying like you need to turn your cheek for them. Imagine saying that you need to love him and try to. No, this guy's made it clear what he's about, and I hope that he burns for eternity. Inshallah, he suffers in hellfire for eternity.
With other means, by all means.
I know we're almost out of time, but I really do want to ask one final question about what's going on the West Bank. Violent attacks by Israeli settlers against Palestinians. Over the weekend, Israeli settlers in the West Bank raided and set fire to a restaurant. We have some photos that we're showing. I know, and I've heard you say these are just thugs. But my question is, if they're just thugs, why won't or can't you stop them?
Well, we do actually. It's about 100.
So it's crazy because with them, when Israelis do it, he should be like, oh yeah, they're just thugs. But when the Palestinians do it, or someone from Iraq or Iran or a Muslim do it, he calls Hamas. He calls it a whole terrorist group. Crazy, isn't it?
It's actually 150 or so what you would call juvenile delinquents. They're not by the
juvenile
from the settler community. They're overwhelmingly upstanding citizens. They serve in the army. They're law-abiding, and unfortunately, they're attacked by Palestinian terrorists on the roads. They massacre families. So there is. It's not that community. It is actually 150 or so. Kids, teenagers usually, who are brought into.
But you're the Israeli government. You should be able to stop them, particularly given how much of an impact that.
Instead, he says that they're upstanding citizens predominantly.
This is having globally on seeing this happen in these images.
You're absolutely right that this is blown up beyond belief and causes a lot of damage. I think it's wrong on its own account. I don't want and don't accept vigilantism, and I don't care if it comes from Arabs or Jews. Our citizens cannot practice violence against anyone. If we have to apply force, it's the law and order.
Chosen people, by the way.
It's the police and the military that has to do that, and therefore we take actions among them. But it's precisely because it's such a tightly knit group that.
Welcome to said in the chat. I was talking about the Jews before. Any of y'all niggas? No, you haven't. Who was on the Yay 24 campaign? This is a year before October 7th. Me. Who was working for the only political campaign that said America can only be fixed by separating from Israel? Me. A year before October 7th, 4 years before today. Me. Who got banned for this conversation? Me. Don't try to do this now.
Acts according to, they try to skirt the law. And when we bring them to the courts, our courts are very lenient. I don't know why, maybe because they're young. And I've said that we have to challenge that. And I will not, I don't accept it. But I want to put that in perspective. It's not the settler community, because the settler community condemns them. It's not the people of Israel, because we condemn them. It's not the government of Israel.
Who is it?
It's I would say, a violation of basic norms of our country.
So it's the people.
We don't accept it. I don't accept it.
Okay, and I do have to let you go, but you are committed, for example, to going after and bringing justice to and for the family of Palestinian American Save Moussalet, who was beaten to death last year?
I'm not sure that, I'll look into it, certainly, because you raised it, but I've tried to.
I'm not sure that you're saying the softball questions that I signed up for. I did not expect you to mention this.
Make sure that, look, every time you have this, you do it. We have real investigations. You know, Israel is a transparent country. You can't hide things. You can't hide crimes in the military. You cannot hide crimes in the police. It doesn't work that way. So whatever is the charge, we'll look at it.
Thank you.
And we'll take care of it, because that's the kind of country we are. Despite the vilification.
My bad, I'm talking.
Unjust vilifications that are thrown at us left and right.
Oh, poor Victor.
We're a real democracy.
Oh, that's it, man. I just can't believe that. Like, I can't believe what he's saying. I just can't believe it. And even she don't. She just looking at him so dead faced. Like, okay, yup. Let me ask you next question. Okay. Because he's just saying a bunch of bullshit. You can tell he knows he's saying bullshit. Look at nigga's face.
So democracy, we need to regulate TikTok and penetrate it.
Benjamin Netanyahu.
Hi, I'm Dylan, co-founder of Spot and Tango, and I see your questions every day. Is Unkibble really worth it? Is it?
Thank you for your time. I very much appreciate it.
Ew, ugly goblin. What else do people need to hear other than the richest man in the world who owns X, the everything app, saying I need to be deported? What else is there for people to be like, oh yeah, maybe there's a coordinated attack on Sneako? Is it not plainly obvious, or are people that retarded? Osama bin Laden's apparent assassin said these people sound different at 2 a.m. He's saying, oh, this guy's saying he wants people to become Muslim. Well, I killed Muslims in their sleep at 2 a.m. What else do you need to hear? Jigsaw said, Sneako claims he Muslim. He prays around New York City calling for Islamic Caliphate. Sneako's a very dangerous person. Has the FBI not arrested Sneako? This person talks to Donald Trump. She brags about calling Trump. And she's saying, I'm a dangerous person, tagging the FBI. Kick. He's going to explode one day. What do you think the crazy people who shot up the San Diego mosque are now going to think about someone like me? What do you think the people that got stabbed, 5 Muslims stabbed in Scotland, are now thinking when Jigsaw is saying that I'm going to explode? Whoa, Sneako victim much? You don't know what it's... You have never said anything to resist the tyranny. You've never put your face out there. You have never stood up against injustice. You have no idea what it's like. You don't. Cope, Seed, richest man in the world from Africa, trillionaire, calling to deport me from my own country. What do you know about this? Have you ever been banned from Australia? I've been banned from Australia. You ever been banned off every platform? I've been banned off every platform. I'm still here. What do you know about this? What do you know about fighting? What do you know about standing up for the truth? What do you know about tyranny?
It's like
what do you know?
This like fine. This like somebody made a video and just made it smooth as fuck. But he said it's this exact same wording right before he got in that debate with Alex Jones.
What about oppression? What do you know? Don't come and talk to me about any of this. Victim maxing, oh no, this. You have never, ever questioned authority and had them think that you're a threat. If the people that are oppressing and bombing the world find you to be a threat, then you could talk to me. I've never committed a crime. I'm banned from Australia for speech. Your speech never bothered anybody. You say good goy slop, good little goy, make your stupid YouTube video. Oh, yeah. Do that forever. You're a good little goy for them. Good slave. Nice. Slop. We're not the same. We're not in the same conversation. I don't need to know you. Now, Cope in the chat. Let's see I see the hate watchers. I see them. What did I say that's wrong? You ever been banned from a country? You ever been banned from Australia? You ever had secret police following you around? Have you? Have you ever had people with connections to the Trump administration tweeting, calling the FBI? You ever had to look around your apartment for bugs? Huh? No, you haven't. None of you. You don't know what this is like. You will never be in this position. You're afraid. You're a coward. So stay over there and enjoy your spot. But criticizing me, attacking me, these people are destroying your country and destroying your world. What did I do? I said, God is great, and my eyes were too wide for you? This is what you're bothered by? Osama bin Laden's alleged assassin
Oh, okay, it was the older
tweets and says that people like me sound very different at 2 a.m. The same people that think, oh my God, Elon Musk, still believe in the big year of 2026 that the most wanted man in the world in the past 100 years, ever since Hitler apparently killed himself, Osama bin Laden. They finally caught him, and then they dumped his body in the ocean. This is what we're supposed to believe. No autopsy, no photos of the body. They dumped him in the ocean. And now he's talking tough on Twitter. Yeah, I kill people while they're sleeping. Whoa, tough guy. You kill sleeping people? Wow, you're a paid murderer? Killing people in a war off of false pretense? The Iraq War, weapons of mass destruction were never found? Tough guy. And people like Sean Strickland will reply to him, oh, you're a real patriot. Stupid idiot. First you said it was the Israelis, you're talking about Epstein and Netanyahu, and then you're still falling for like Bush-era Muslim propaganda? Where's the body of Osama bin Laden? Where are the photos? Why would they dump him in the ocean?
Yeah.
Yahya Sinwar, they have video footage from the drone of his body in the rubble. It's clear. Osama bin Laden, the most sought-after man in American recent history, and they dump him in the ocean. And this guy who's supposedly killed him is being tough now. Yeah, I kill sleeping people. Go America! He killed sleeping people. We all know that this war was a lie. Iraq war was a complete farce. They told you, and they still fall for it. That's what I need to say.
You know, man. Like I said, bro, I don't hate Sneako. I don't think Sneako's a bad guy. I don't think Sneako's a bad guy. I don't think Sneako's a bad person. I think he's just trying to find a way to get his message out. But like he gonna get backlash regardless of what he do. So he just can't, like, the way he just did it recently was not the way to do it at all. Like, no, not at all. You got everybody mad. No. You gotta take a different approach, bro.